Real legacy is about the foundation you leave behind and the values you pass on. I'm Rick Vargo, Chairman of Singlife Philippines. This place has phenomenal memories for me. We had many celebrations, birthdays. We even had a group for many years called the UB Dads Group. These were fathers of our children, and we became quite close and would often come down here for dinner and drinks. March 22nd, 1982. That is when I started my career with John Hancock in the United States. That was 40-something years ago. My second large anniversary is the 22nd of August, 1988. That's the date I moved to Asia and started my career in Asia, helping to set up our international operations in Hong Kong. My boss told me I needed to stay out 5 years. 37 years later, I'm still here. I started working for DBS in 2008. Was very much involved in the transformation and the growth of DBS in many areas, including the bank assurance area. Well, then I was supposed to have retired, and I got a phone call from my current boss, Berlin, our CEO, who asked me to join to help her transform Singlife. I just ended up retiring at the end of last year from Singlife, although I'm continuing on as a senior advisor, and I'm acting as our chairman for our Philippines subsidiary company. In addition to the work at Singlife, I'm also getting more involved with my executive coaching and leadership transformation company, something that I actually set up 4 years ago. When I reflect back on my career, I have to look to a situation that occurred with my father back in 1981. 6 weeks before I graduated university, my father died suddenly of a heart attack in his sleep. He was only 43 years old. And at the time, I really didn't realize that would have such an impact really on my career and how I ended up in the life insurance business. This is a picture of my dad. I think that's from his high school yearbook. I remember my dad, he had mentioned kind of nonchalantly that he had just bought a $100,000 life insurance policy, and that if anything happened, not to worry, things would be taken care of. Well, little did I realize that 5 or 6 years later, that would come into fruition. And the money from that life insurance policy, it allowed my sister to go on for medical school and become a successful orthopedic surgeon, my brother to finish his undergraduate degree and open up a very successful business over the years. And our 2 children and my 4 nieces have all benefited from that act of love that my father did by purchasing that life insurance policy so many years ago. That passing, I guess, over time really began to open my eyes to the miracle of life insurance, the value that it can create, and really that bridge of financial security that it can provide for those that they love. That is myself, 3 days old.
Right.
This my mom put together, and I've kept it 60-something years. She gave it to me maybe 20 years ago. But she's written some nice messages and things. So after my dad passed away, it was challenging for my mom. She worked 2 jobs at a number of times, had challenges in making ends meet, but she really did it for the love that she had for her children. She instilled a lot of basic values in us about being generous and kind and loving and being truthful and honest. As we got older, she gave us the wings to fly and to seek our dreams and our passion, and she was always there and very supportive for us. The older you get, the more you appreciate these types of things and the effort that goes into it, because you wonder whether young people today in today's society will be able to be keeping memories like this. My wife is Singaporean. She grew up in a shop house, a modest small business owner family. I grew up in a middle-class household. I started working when I was 13 or 14 years old. I was a work-study student throughout the university, and I think we've instilled that with our children in terms of work ethic and discipline to work and support yourself. We talk about values, we talk about character. We would begin to teach them about financial discipline. And one of the things to this day, which is quite important for them, is to live within their means, to pay yourself first and to become a net saver. By developing that discipline, you're going to end up having a much better chance of being more financially secure in your life as you go through your walk of life. What do you got going on this weekend? You going to catch up with your girlfriend?
Yeah, so we'll spend some time on Saturday before she works on Sunday.
And you guys are getting along? No fights, no arguments?
No, it's going along. It's going along.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. With this mindset, my son went on to university and then decided to get a graduate degree. Daughter followed. I told them I would support them through that, but that ultimately they would need to pay my wife and I back. At the end of the day, it's not so much about the money, it's about the fact that you need to learn to support yourself, and it's about financial discipline. Yes, work hard and put your money away, live within your means. I'm glad to say it's worked out very, very well. Listen, I'm gonna sign off. You take care. Have a good weekend. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Take care. I love you, son. Financial security is really only one means to that overall happiness in a journey of life. So all my life I have given back in various forms of charity, whether it be volunteering time, giving talks, financial donations. And I've always gotten a lot of personal reward and satisfaction from it, and I hope to continue to do so in my next chapter. Retirement for me is going to be an opportunity. So the Japanese have a saying called ikigai, and it's about finding your life purpose. Because I've been involved in financial planning, financial security, and lifelong planning all my life, that's a big part of my ikigai. Growth mindset, lifelong learning is something that's extremely important to me. I've done it all my life, and I intend to continue. My next chapter is going to be enjoying myself, spending time with family and friends, giving back to society, spending my money. So legacy is a big term in the wealth management and in the insurance planning businesses these days. One, it's making sure that you put your affairs in order in such a way that you take the burden away from those that you love at the time of your passing. Importantly, legacy is also about the values that you want to leave behind. I often use the analogy of a watch versus a compass. A watch tells time, a compass provides direction. Your legacy should really be the journey that you've had in your life, the compass and the direction that you've taken your life, and the rewards and the things that you've done to make the world a better place for other people.